let's crush through our power rankings, our weekly MVPs, worst players of the week, and our home run updates. And let's just jump right into the power rankings.
All right. So
there's no argument here. I have to imagine we're both Dodgers number one.
Dodgers number one. Hey, guess what? They're 9-1. Their last 10 again.
Always 9-1. I don't know what's going on.
Like the last 5 weeks. 9-1, 8-2.
I think I looked last week, and they had only lost 5, maybe 6 games since July. Something dumb like
40 and 15 at home, 39-19 away. They still haven't lost 20 games home or away.
That's
wild. Crazy.
Good for them. Dodgers number one, and who do you have two?
New York Mets.
Same with me.
All right.
Good baseball, 8-2 in their last 10, 2-game win streak at the time of the recording, plus 133 run differential. The Dodgers were plus 247, the best in baseball. And
40 and 19 at home for the Mets.
Yeah, that's
pretty good.
It's pretty good. And they're playing a lot better baseball. Obviously, when you added the DeGrom, not only is it good for the clubhouse, it's very good for your pitching rotation. So Mets are a team to be worried about, unless the Mets going to Mets, but we're not sure about that. Number 3, who you have?
I have Houston, 75 and 41, 7-3 their last 10. As we said last week, some of these teams just start to put the gas on. These guys have the pedal right down, and they are flying into the stretch run. Yeah,
they look good, and we talked about it a couple of weeks ago that we called it here, that the Houston was probably, in our opinion, going to be the team in the World Series for the AL, and the way they're playing right now, I still think Houston represents the AL in the World Series, but we'll have to see. A lot of baseball to be played, and to be honest,
they got the pitching, but man, did they leapfrog the Yankees pretty quick, didn't they?
Quickly.
Yeah, that was quick.
Who do you have it for?
Atlanta. 6 in a row, 70 and 46. Now it's funny because 70 and 46 is a really good record, right? They're 5.5 behind the Mets, which is crazy.
It is. It's crazy to say that anybody is behind the Mets this late in the season, but Mets are doing it. Braves, again, I agree with you here at that one. The Braves are not only on a 6-game winning streak at the time of the recording, going into a huge series with the Mets. They're just, they're the defending champs. They're built to win another World Series. Obviously, a lot of hurdles to go through, but yeah, I agree with you at number 4. Do you have a 5?
Oh, I got the Yankees.
Man,
it was almost kind of tough to put them in there.
It was,
because you kind of want to put a team like St. Louis or Milwaukee in there, or even San Diego, who's got 65 wins. Philadelphia at 63 and 51 has the same exact record as St. Louis, and no one's talking about Philly.
Exactly.
But until the Yankees completely collapse, they're 5 right now, 72 and 43, 2 and 8 in their last 10. They are struggling. Luckily for them, so are the Blue Jays.
Mm-hmm.
Jays are 3 and 7 last 10, so the Jays didn't make up any ground, which is crazy to me. But here's a stat that I think is crazy with the Yankees. 41-15 at home. Like, they're crushing at home.
Yep.
They are now 31 and 28 away.
Yeah.
Like 2 or 3 weeks ago, they were right with the Dodgers when it came to not having lost 20 games yet away. And 31-28, they're almost 500 away now. And a couple weeks ago, that was not the case.
Exactly. We kept saying too, they've played 72 games against teams over 500. They're 41 and 31. They've been beating teams that, a couple of weeks ago, they were easily beating these teams that were above 500. And now, they're not. They're 2 and 8, and it is tough to keep them in there. And I have to agree with you, though. They still are 72 and 43. They still are the Yankees. They got some new pieces to the puzzle, and they're just trying to figure some stuff out, I would imagine. But if I'm a Yankees fan, I'm a little bit worried. But thankfully, I'm not a Yankees fan, so I'm not worried at all. Threw them in there. But obviously, like you said, I had St. Louis. Cleveland, who's on a
Cleveland's on a tear.
7-3, with a doubleheader at the time of the recording. See how that shakes out. White Sox, I thought, would gain a little more ground, but hey, it's tough when Cleveland's 6-7-3, but they're 6-4 on a 3-game win streak. So watch out for them White Sox. I called it. They're still going to win the AL Central.
Them in Minnesota are only 2.5 back. That's going to be a really good race to finish up the Central. Either one of those teams, of those 3 teams, could win it, and they better aim to win their division, because they might not have a chance for the wild card.
It's true. And one team to kind of keep an eye out, which I don't, is not anywhere near the top 5, but a team that could play spoiler to a lot of teams is Arizona. They're on a 7-3 in their last 10, 2-game win streak. They've been beating some teams that, I think are walking into Arizona and being like, here's an easy game. They're 53 and 61. So just keep an eye out, like teams like that don't have a lot to play for, that can really ruin a winning streak and, make it interesting down the stretch. But AL East, by far, struggling. But they got to play each other soon, so somebody's going to continue to win. And it's weird. That's the first time all season that we've agreed on our top 5.
Completely agreed. Yeah, that was quick. That was easy.